Greetings, YouTube. So, two good old white boys in Texas, one a former prison warden, just driving down the road and they spot a bunch of brown people, migrants, getting some water at the side of the road. What do? They pull over and they shoot them. And it's being considered manslaughter because they successfully killed one male migrant and wounded a woman who is currently recovering. Um, and I'm baffled why it's considered manslaughter. Is it because it was done in a spontaneous manner? Or at least that's the impression they're giving? How do we know it was done in a spontaneous manner? How do we know that these men did not deliberately go looking for targets? We don't. It's still an open investigation being conducted by the Texas Rangers. And I got to be honest, I have no idea how reliable the Texas Rangers are as a law enforcement agency are concerned. How deeply penetrated have they been by white supremacy? I mean, the entire law enforcement structure in America is founded on white supremacy, but some are better than others. And I have no idea how reliable the Texas Rangers are. If anybody out there knows, I'd love to hear. Um, I'm just I'm really baffled by the manslaughter charge. You pull a vehicle over, you deliberately draw a firearm, which you just happen to have with you, of course, um, and then you intentionally aim that firearm at a human, and then you shoot them. That doesn't seem manslaughtery to me. To me, manslaughter would have been hitting someone with a vehicle when maybe you had a chance to avoid them. It's questionable, but it was an absolutely spontaneous event where a person and a vehicle came in contact with each other. There was no planning. It just happened. But these old boys, good old boys, they deliberately did this. And we don't have any idea if they have been wanting this situation to happen for a very long time. And it finally happened. We're probably never going to know this. Well, maybe they'll dig through their social media um, past, and then maybe they'll find that these guys have had a long history of talking about this kind of thing. It has been my experience that a lot of the folks like this, the red caps, the bigots, the white supremacists, aren't smart. Because if they would be smart, they wouldn't be white supremacists. Because racism and bigotry and prejudice and discrimination are all founded on ignorance. They're all founded on a foundation of social conservatism, which is a state of being of ignorance. You cannot be aware of the world and be a social conservative. You just can't. You have to have a very narrow view of the world and deliberately avoid learning anything else beyond that narrow scope. And that's how you maintain social conservatism. Because if you open up your horizons and begin to see the world for what it is, suddenly you're going to realize that that person's life experiences are just as important as your life experiences. And once you learn that, then you start giving a shit. But I am baffled by the manslaughter. So if anybody could tell me legally, why would this not be considered murder? Even if not first degree, maybe second degree murder. Okay? But just there is no accidental component to this. There's nothing about this that wasn't entirely deliberate. Having the firearm, pulling over by the side of the road, aiming a firearm, discharging the firearm at a human. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever used firearms. I have. All right? I understand how to handle a firearm properly. I understand trigger discipline. I understand that you do not aim a firearm ever at anything you do not intend to destroy. There wasn't shit about this thing not being deliberate.